Today, we're doing froth lathering, coming right up. Hey guys, welcome to the Lather channel, where we bring you fresh, wet shaving content weekly. This is your host John, and today we're going to be experimenting with the froth method of lathering. So the froth method of lathering was created by Doug Bear, and you can catch him on his YouTube channel at Barely Normal Wet Shaving. And after watching his very first video on his channel, I thought this was a really unique method that I wanted to give a try. I haven't tried it yet, so on camera you'll see me give it a whirl for the first time ever. It's different. I'll walk you through it, and if you want to try it at home, I'd love to hear your results. Before moving on, if you want to help support the channel, you can like and share this video, and if you haven't done so already, please become a subscriber so you won't miss the next video. Alright, so before we create our froth, let me get into what we're using today. First up is a razor that I've just been enjoying using so much. It's so mindless because it's so smooth and kind of just hits the sweet spot of what I want in a razor. And it looks like my Tatara Masamune, but today we're switching it up. In the base plate, I actually forgot I had on loan from my buddy Ben the Nodachi base plate, which is a little bit more efficient than the milder Masamune plate. So we'll see how that goes on 3 days of growth. For my brush, I wanted to go something that's tried and true, something I use to test a lot of soaps that are new to me, and that's the Razorock BC Plissoft Silvertip. Now for the soap, which is very crucial to this little experiment, we're going to go with A&E's London. And this is just a great, I think it's a spring scent, but also just kind of all year round. Earl Gray and black currant are the main notes here. It's a bit of a little cheeky label artwork here, so to speak. But I really just enjoy this scent. Earl Grey might be my favorite kind of tea, and black currant just lends this kind of distinct, different, kind of fruity note into the mix. We'll also have the matching splash to finish it off. Alright, now to do Doug's froth method, we are going to first fill up the top cap, or almost fill up with water. You can see that's full of water. We're going to put that and dump it right into the soap. And now you can see, looks like a little jacuzzi or hot tub. And then I'm going to screw on the lid tightly. And then we're going to shake this up until you can no longer audibly hear the water swishing around. So let's get shaken. I feel like I'm shaking a tambourine here. All right, I don't hear anything, so let's give it a try. So I think I'm supposed to open this upside down. I did check just before, but my memory is not so good nowadays. So I'm gonna lower my hand because this is gonna be a mess. All right, so in the top cap here, it's not really a whole lot of froth. Probably just a lot of bubbly water. Even more the jacuzzi analogy. But what I'm supposed to do is clean up the lather from here into my brush just to remove it. I'm not even going to swirl it as I normally would load. The froth method totally, you don't lather from the puck at all. So I'm going to swirl out what's here. Try to get that here. So it's pretty much removed, and I'm pretty much done with the tub at this point. So I'll apply that to my face. Now in Doug's case, he used A&E's Kaizen, which is just a super creamy lather. The A&E base we're going with today is the previous iteration with the goat's milk. So you can see here, there's a paste being applied. And a lot of water is dripping down my arm. So kind of once you get that initial layer down, you're supposed to roll around the brush in the froth. Like I said, this is more soapy water than froth, but I'm gonna do a little twirl in there. It's dripping wet. I will say I'm a little skeptical at my results because this is a lot of bubbles, but gotta keep going. It does look like it's coming together, I will say. I forgot if I mentioned, I did wet the brush just a little bit. In hindsight, I did not need to do that. There's just water dripping down everywhere. I am really getting the scent of London. I do have fond memories of when I picked up the soap. It was April 2019 at the NYC Wet Shaving Expo that Peter Charkalis also helped organize. It was a fun time. It's a really hot day for April. But I met a lot of folks in the wet shaving community that are from the Northeast in general, especially the New York, New Jersey area. And drove down with 2 friends, and that was just a fun road trip. That's about a just under 4-hour drive from Massachusetts. I'm going to rinse this a little bit. It's getting a little slippery. All right, so I did doubt it, but the lather is coming together. It is thinner and drippier than I like, but I think it's totally shavable. We definitely moved beyond the large air bubbles that I first got. And I do have the lid off to the side here, which we might need to reapply for another pass later on. But let's worry about this first with the grain pass before worrying about the next one. There's almost like a bit of a floral note in here that I didn't pick up on before. So I'll be sure to leave the full scent note description. All right, let's get into the first pass after I rinse off my hands. I'm really liking the feel of this base plate. I already thought the Masamune base plate, which although milder, it was pretty efficient too. This Nodachi feels great as well. So now I'm torn because I know this combo actually has been recommended by a few folks where they kind of Frankenstein a Tatara razor. Meaning it'll be kind of this configuration of a Masamune top cap with a Nodachi base plate. Yeah, 3 days of beard growth is coming down, no problem. As you can see, the lather, just fine, not too thin, plenty of cushion. So I'm gonna rinse off and we'll get into the second pass. All right, so I think there's enough lather in here for the second pass. So I'm gonna forego dipping back in the cap again. I say that now, but it really looks like almost like a bubble bath solution. But so far so good. All right, I'm gonna do a quick, just so you guys can see, just do the tips here. Doug is onto something with this method. For me, or at least how I try to do it, was extremely messy. But I can't complain about these results. I'm going to rinse off and we'll wrap up the shave. Alright, we'll finish off with the matching splash. Yeah, the scent on London. Just love it. I feel like it's lighter in general, not in scent strength, but just like the actual composition. It's a brighter scent, and A&E splashes are super strong, super long lasting. Sometimes it's almost too much for me when I do a shave in the evening, but no issue with this one. All right, so final thoughts as we wrap things up. The froth method, although maybe a little unorthodox, a little messy, it works. So if it seems something interesting to you, you're quarantined at home and you want to try something different in your shave, give it a go. The soap, London from A&E, wonderful scent. Always a pleasure to use every time it kind of hits, hits in the rotation. First go with the Tatara Nodachi baseplate. Really, really enjoyed it. I'll have to use this a few more times, but the smoothness is not really compromised at all. So with the Masamune plate, you got negative blade exposure, and I actually really like that because it just feels super smooth. I mean, it's cutting hairs, but it's super smooth. This is positive blade exposure in the Nodachi, but it doesn't feel any more aggressive. It doesn't feel tuggy. The blade was a Gillette Silver Blue, so that didn't change from what I usually have used it with the Masamune. But keeping that the same, this is nice, especially for maybe more days of beard growth. I'm really curious to see how this performs with just 1 day's growth and use it back to back to see if there's any irritation or anything. But I would really guess that I'm not gonna have any issues with this, and then I'm gonna have to figure out, do I pick one up? Well, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me for today's experiment, for today's shave. I hope you're all doing well, that you stay safe and stay healthy, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.